Okay, chapter 6. This chapter, again, is a filler chapter like the last chapter. This is on the way to reactor 5. Not a lot actually happens in this one, other than like a lot of general fighting and roaming around. I'll just show like bits and pieces that were kind of interesting. It's not really much of a chapter, to be honest, but yeah. So our first task with this one is basically the door that we had to go through doesn't have any power, so we have to go to this control room to turn on the power. The problem is we get to this control room and this control room also doesn't have power. As you'll see here, Cloud will go to turn it on and it'll be like, no, there's no power. So to turn on the power for the rest of the area, you have to go and turn off one of the sun lamps. Apparently the plate has got sun lamps in it to give light to the lower part, like the slums and stuff. So we have to go and turn off the lights so that there is power elsewhere, which is like, okay, cool. That's generally it for this chapter, in that like you just have to turn lights off and progress, I guess. As I said, there's really not much to talk about for this chapter at all. So after much walking around, you do the first of the power grids to get through. Tifa, Barrett and Cloud find out that the only way to get to the other half of like the area that they're in is they have to go over this pipe, which is there's turbines, so it's blowing out a lot there. So the gang make their way across this pipe. About part way across, Cloud will notice there is a materia behind one of the turbines. That's the Choco Mug materia. That is also a trophy. Getting that particular materia is a trophy. I will show me getting that. It's not particularly difficult, but yeah, there's Cloud going, oh, there's a materia there. That's Choco Mug. Yeah. Moving on. After we get across the pipe, we find out there isn't any power to the lift either. Surprise, surprise. To power on the lift, we need to turn off 3 of the sun lamps, which is basically what Cloud's gonna do now. I think it's... oh no. So yeah, Cloud will basically run around now. We'll turn off all of the various different sun lamps. Again, there's not really much to talk about. You go to an area, you kill some monsters, you turn off the sun lamp. Like, this chapter really is like non-existent for any sort of story stuff. It's just literally like, turn off these lamps, turn on the power, progress. Yeah, I think at this point I've turned off the 3 lamps so that I can progress to the next chapter, but this is like the side area that I was talking about earlier, the Choco Mug materia. I'm going to do some shopping here. Basically, the idea is that you open the door, and then to progress to behind the turbine, where the materia is, you have to defeat a bunch of enemies within a time limit, and then once you've defeated the enemies, you press a button. The first time I did this, I messed it up. The second time, I think I passed, if I remember correctly. I will just show off some of this footage here, because otherwise, like, the video is going to be a few minutes long. But basically, that's generally what happens, is that I will now fight these bosses and try to get the Chocomob materia.
Does this control the fans? Oh.
We stop it?
Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated time limit.
Man, what are we even doing?
Give it all you got.
It'd be my pleasure.
Give me your best shot!
Now. Brace yourself.
Bring it!
Here we go. No holding back. Keep it together.
All right, watch and learn. Ain't no thing.
Error. Maintenance access procedure not completed within time limit. Reactivating ventilation system.
Another one in the bag.
Access denied. Ventilation system is currently active. Switching ventilation system to maintenance mode. Please complete the maintenance access procedure within the designated.
I'll take it from here. Brace yourself. Enough. Still in it.
Let's move.
Not so fast.
So that's the challenge complete
Access
there.
denied.
We press the
Disengaging
button, we're
timeline.
going to go through this door in a second.
Okay.
And then we're going to make our way down to the end of this tunnel. And at the end of this tunnel, we're going to pick up the Chocomob
This is
materia,
summoning
which will get
material.
us the trophy for finding the Chocomob
What kind
materia.
of badass will pop out of this?
I think
We'll see.
I've done the lamps by this point, so the next stop will be the lift, and then it's sort of like the end of the chapter.
Activated. Awaiting input.
So yeah, all of the lamps are done now, and they've all been turned off. The power's gone back to the elevator or the lift, whatever you want to call it. This will take us to a little area where we'll fight, and then we move around some back rooms, and then meet up with Biggs, and then
Wonder what the reactor's like.
that's it for chapter 6. As I said, with chapter 6, there's not really much in the way of anything story-wise. It's literally just like, get from this end of the room to the other room, meet up with Biggs, and then off you go, sort of thing. So, yeah, as I said, this is literally just filler chapters at this point, ready for the Reactor 5 bit. So we go through this door, and then Cloud almost decapitates Biggs.
Where's Jesse and Wedge?
Yeah, that's the end of chapter 6. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you back in chapter 7.
Terrorists jumped off a train.